Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shack here, and welcome to State of Decay 2. I've spent the last 12 hours or so playing it over on Twitch, and I wanted to give you my first impressions of it, and then we'll probably revisit later on as I dive deeper and deeper into it on what the game has to offer. Now, I picked this thing up on Steam Summer Sale, looking for some kind of co-op zombie survival game. It looked like it had the open world, the crafting mechanics, but also your community management aspect, which sounded kind of cool. Now, I did play this in its original release edition when it was over on, I think it was over on Epic or Microsoft Store. No, it was Microsoft Store originally. And it was a horrible, buggy mess. We had game-breaking issues and bugs. Multiplayer was basically not functioning at the time, and I just didn't go back to play it, at least until the Steam Summer Sale came, and I got the Juggernaut edition thinking, okay, they've had a lot of time. This dropped in 2018. Undead Labs put it out. Maybe it's actually functioning now. So let's dive into the campaign. Let's look at what mechanics are available. We'll continue my game. So what you play as isn't one character. You play as a community of characters, each with their own varying skills, and the game's main focus is resource management. Now, looking at the screenshots and the trailers, you get the idea that, okay, you're playing one or two characters, you make to make your character maybe, and you're building up these outposts, these resource bases, and you're getting to put up defenses, and maybe there's some kind of like tower defense vibe going on. That's not necessarily the case. Let me give you a tour of the base here, now that we've loaded in, and I'll give you an idea of what's going on. So when you see the trailers for this, let me pop outside. There's some zombos over there near the farmland. Pop outside as one of my survivors. You see these bases and you see all like the defenses that are set up, kind of ad hoc, cargo containers, trucks there. Got a couple of my people set up on a fuel tank, using it as a turreted position so they can fire, right, defensive position. And you're like, oh yeah, there must be some cool like base building. Well, that's how this came. This base showed up this way. I didn't do anything for the defenses except for build that tower right there. So don't go into this thinking this is gonna be your 7 Days to Die or any survival game that's made in the Unreal Engine over the past, I don't know, 5 years that's got block-based building or section-based building. Let me run over and grab these. I actually need these to make the plague cure. If we end up getting bit too many times by certain kinds of zombies, we'll actually get a disease. Now, I might do a little bit of complaining in this video as I'm talking about the mechanics, but overall, I am enjoying the game. It definitely has, it's janky, but it has some qualities that's got me in for 12 hours in 1 day of play, and I'm actually excited to get back into it. So, welcome to the base. This is where we've decided to set up shop. You get one main base, and then you can set up outposts. If I hit B while in my base, I can open up the base menu. Actually, you can do this from anywhere. Open up the base menu, turn the game down a little bit. You can see I've got 4 outposts on the right-hand side. We'll talk about those in just a second. But you have a limited number of outposts that generate resources, and then we've got the actual base. At the moment, we have set up a salvage auto works, which is what came with this base. I've set up a shelter, a set of beds. You notice you've got slots, individual slots where you can build things. You've got large slots, you've got small ones, and that changes what you can build in them. If I click this, I could destroy it, or I could spend some resources to make the building do something. For instance, if we walk over to the garden, random missions pop up as we play, and that's what that was right there. But if we walk over to the garden that I've got and I hit E, I know you can do this from that base menu as well. I can replant what I want. Right now I've got it growing as foods. If I wanted some medicine, I can switch over the seeds to medicine. I could, if I wanted to, teach one of my characters about gardening. And that's kind of cool, right? Like every one of these little slots actually does something special. And as I said when we were loading in, it's all about resource management because you don't have enough resources to go around. You've got to go out there and find them, but you can offset the cost of your base of operations, of your people surviving, by having outposts or putting down these little structures like the garden, just to take a little bit of the pressure off of our food supply. I don't know. Oh, it's daytime. That's why all the candles are out, so now we can't see what's going on. If I hit F, I can turn on my light. Combat's pretty straightforward. Right click, hold down, you can pull out your weapon. In a recent update, they managed to give you secondary weapons. So now you can have a sidearm and a primary. I guess that wasn't a thing before. Left click is attack. You attack with your weapon. I have this character literally has a sword, like a broadsword, because we just found it on an enemy. It's a broadsword replica, which I kind of love. One of my characters has a sword right out of Sea of Thieves, like literally out of Sea of Thieves, because they're both Microsoft published games. So I kind of love the weapon selection in this. And there's a little bit of modification for weapons. I think He actually has a silented, yeah, he's got a silented M4 on his back. I've got just a standard one. And there's a decent selection of weapons as well. Let's go ahead and head out. We'll go take a poke around. But it's all about that resource management. I've collected a few cars throughout the map. If I open up the map, you can see what's going on. This is the map of, this map. There's multiple maps. And one of the cooler things is New Game Plus is basically whenever you want to pull chocks and leave, you can just go to the edge of the map and exit it and take your community with you and load it into a new fresh map with new resources, new horrible blood plague sites that you have to clear out. These are the plague hearts. If any buildings and resources in here we can't actually claim because there's this nasty plague heart in the center of one of the buildings that needs to be taken down. We've managed to clear out most of the northern portion, and you can actually see our outposts. Let's go take a look at one of these outposts. I think this was one of the more disappointing aspects of the game. I had made certain, gameplay assumptions. When you hear the word build outpost, the first thing that you think, at least for me, was, okay, this is gonna be a place where it's an extension of my base. I'm gonna put somebody there that lives at the base. We're gonna put some barbed wire up. We're gonna board up some windows. We're gonna turn it into a little outpost and be able to gain our resources there and keep it safe. In reality, this is one of our outposts. In reality, you clear the area of zombies, walk inside. After you've cleared the interior, if there's any zombies in here, and I've already, cleared them all out, you walk up to the little flag icon, or yeah, right here. This will normally be a flag if you haven't claimed it. I've already claimed this pharmacy. Once you've claimed it, it'll give you
not happening.
Whatever the bonus is for the building. This one, it's +2 meds per day. So if I open up my B here, there's our medical supplies. You can see everything that we're using right now per day. Medicine, we're getting +2 from an outpost. Our infirmary is eating +2, so we're actually neutral right now on using up meds, which is pretty great. But that's it. Like there's no visual indicator other than it changes to green on the map, right? You don't like assign somebody here. You're not like growing your territory and cleaning up the wasteland. You just get free resources, which is a little strange. I don't know. It's a little strange to me that you don't feel like you're really like bringing back society or bringing back civilization to the wasteland. That was one of the assumptions that I had made. One of the cool things about this, so vehicles, I like this a lot. You can open the trunk, you can put stuff in it, right? So I'm gonna put my Molotovs in there. When we find big packs of resources, we can put them in there. This one only can hold 2 people, but it's a lot faster. You can do repairs to it, you have to refuel it. And I do like the interaction with this before we jump out. If I had a gas can on me, you just go up to the, the side of the car where you'd refuel. Or if I had a toolkit, I could actually fix it up. And there's a little animation that plays. Overall, since I've played this compared to when it first released, I've had some bugs, but none of them have been game breaking. I've had NPCs get stuck in walls.
Shouldn't put up much of a fight.
What do we got? We got a lot of zombies. Zombie threat at home. Oh, our house is actually under attack. There's one of the plague zombies, which is now on my ride. See if I can whip them off. There we go. There's a chance that they'll drop those plague samples, and that's how you make the cure for the disease that they can, we need to go this way, because our base is about to come under attack. Get out of the way. Boop. Zombos?
I know that's a lot of zombies, but just stay calm, and we'll get through this.
Is it now? Is it a lot of zombies?
That was too loud.
One of the issues that I have with this game is the defenses. All right, the base is under attack right now, right? Prepare your house. In 14 seconds, the zombies are coming. The problem is, when you look at the base, you're like, oh, okay, so they don't want you to really like customize your base. They're not having you build the defenses because they want to make the attacks really exciting and interesting, and pathfinding can be a problem. Anybody who's played any base building game with NPCs, you know how that can kind of become an issue. Here comes the zombies now. The problem is, they don't really do anything interesting. What they end up doing, oh, there's a big old mob of zombies over here. They're gonna run towards the front door. They're gonna bash on the door. They're gonna make their way inside. Ooh, there's a sprinter down there. That one's helmeted. They're gonna bash their way inside, and it's gonna turn into a melee brawl at the front of the base. Can't headshot this. Yep, now they're inside. And I was warned about this from my chat. They're like, yeah, the base defenses aren't all that interesting, because this is what it turns into. And your allies will, charge it, obviously. give them a hand here.
Getting tired. Not good.
So every battle that I've ever had in this base has turned out... Let me get out of the way here. Camera angles are a bit of a pain. She's exhausted. And I don't have anything to bring my stamina back.
Time to prepare
That was it.
for the next attack.
Has been in fighting here. Has been fighting at this door or the back door. Even though we've got like a cool sniper tower, this is our special building because we chose a particular kind of leader. And that's pretty lame. Now I'm hoping when we switch bases that the attacks become more interesting. But as I understand it, that's kind of how the attacks go. They just walk up to the door, bash it open after about 5 or 6 hits, and then you have a melee fight 10 feet from the door. It's a bit lame. Anyways, let's take a little poke around. Let's go do some looting, because that's what you're going to be doing most of. We'll take a truck with a little bit more health to it. This is actually an upgraded one. That is a man's head on the ground. Get in! Let's roll! Take a location that we haven't been to or we haven't looted yet. I'm going to say the laundromat. We'll go to the laundromat. Does it say what's going to be in the laundromat? Anybody chances? Probably chemicals, I'd imagine. You could claim it as an outpost. The outpost thing is really strange, too, because, like, we picked up that medical bay right here. Now, you would think you would pick up all the buildings that were literally sharing a wall with that. Nope. Nope. You'll have stuff like this place right here. We claimed this espresso place, but we didn't get the public restrooms right next to it. And the majority of these claimable places don't actually do anything. They give you zero benefit other than it's just a place to drop resources off at. And since you can only have a handful of them, it's a bizarre setup. It's a bizarre setup. All right, laundromat's this way. The map is pretty big, though. And there are a number of quests that pop up throughout. You'll find other survivors, and you can help them out. You can make allies with them. You can make enemies out of them, which I do like. I find that pretty cool. And I do enjoy... Boop, snoot. Oh, those are screamers. All right, we're doing this quick. No stealth for us. Let's go. Kill the screamers before they make noise. What are you doing over there? Come on, we gotta clean them out. Look at all the zombos in there.
Fire in the hole!
Great, now it's just zombies on fire! All right, let's go help our ally. If you die, you lose the community member permanently. I think that's probably the most interesting part. Okay, I tried to use the get behind him and hit E. Man, this sword is exhausting. It's like 3 swings and she's completely tapped on energy. But we're on the inside. You can start searching. There's a stealth system to this. If you want to sneak around and stab stuff, and it does work. You can bait them out with like boom boxes and stuff, and then you know, take them out or put a mine next to your boom box and bait them to the sound and then detonate it. So there's some fun stuff you can do, and being able to do all that cooperatively up to 4 players is pretty cool.
We could find some use for that, maybe.
Just know that you're getting into a game that's got some pretty strong jank to it. All right, let's loot this. I'm hoping we find a pack of construction materials. This is what I need to upgrade some more stuff in our base. There are other base locations that you can set up bases with other benefits. Look at this. So these are collector's items, things that you can find that you'll be able to customize your people with. You like unlock visuals for them. So she's got a real Mad Max vibe to her right now with that leather armor on, leather clothing on. That's because I found it. And you can do that with all of your companions back at the base. If I fast search by holding shift, it goes a lot faster, but it has the chance of making noise. That is an 8-slot backpack. And that is a folding map of the state, which has got a high trade value if the trader shows up. Hey, Brendan. What kind of backpack are you rocking, my man? An 8? Yeah, you're rocking an 8. All right, well then just hold this stuff for me. Because I don't have the inventory space. Thank you. I need you to be my Lydia for me and carry my burdens. Which is more or less what you're gonna be if you play in somebody else's cooperative game. You send one of your survivors to help their settlement, is more or less how multiplayer works. So they join up with you. If they die, hilariously, their character is gone forever. And that works the same way for you. You just got another point into stealth. Okay, can't loot the coffee machine. That's a
Should be safe here for the moment.
damn shame. Oh, this is a nail salon. What is this place? I'm also missing a container. There's one back there. The top left-hand corner tells you how many. There we go. In one of the updates, if you look at the top right-hand side, there's a bounty system now. That's how you unlock weird stuff, like the pirates, the Sea of Thieves sword that one of my characters have. You go and you do weird bounties, and some of them are time limited, so like a series of bounties are gonna disappear in August and probably be replaced with something else. All right, so that was gonna be the laundry, that's the nail salon. We've got a hardware store. Now, if there were ever gonna be construction materials, it'd be the hardware store. Right, that makes sense. Shelving unit. Basic shelving useful for storing whatever we have too much of. Install this mod to increase your storage capacity. Nice.
That's heavy enough.
So that's a mod for one of those slots back at the base. And I do have a storage area, increasing the total amount of stuff I can store back there. That seems like it gives a modifier. Oh, perfect. So these are your big resources for your base, right? We've got food, medical supplies, ammunition, construction, and fuel. The way you move these is they actually go on your back and slow you down. Thankfully, I can give this one to my companion, switch to my inventory, transfer to him. He's got it on his back now. Pick up the other one. This is actually a ton of resources too. You normally don't find two just sitting next to each other. Actually, I have never found two sitting next to each other. We'll secure the rest of these supplies and we'll head back.
Nothing more to find here.
Cases of chemicals, ethanol, and a hatchet for a weapon. Like that first aid's already been looted. Head out back and see what's in this place. I don't remember what this one was.
I think I found our next outpost.
Food place? Food place. I think I found our next outpost. Yeah, you say that. What does it do? Supplies 1 food per day, and then allows you to switch characters, secure locker storage, and makes a safe area around the base. It requires 1 outpost spot, which we don't have. And honestly, my inventory is pretty full. It's like an ice cream place. Oh, there's a food thing in here. All right, we're gonna have to come back in here. Luckily, we have the truck. We have the Jeep. So I'll run back here. Open the trunk. Put the goods in there. Put the rest of the stuff in there. Let's go. So the looting, the inventory management, like the supplies. Oh, shit. I was pushing a button and I hit Q and I threw one of my Molotovs. Whoops. Which you can scroll through your usable items that are in your inventory. Just with the middle mouse wheel Q to use. Pretty straightforward. As I said, the combat's not too overly complex. All right, some more ethanol. More food for us, which is wonderful. We can hold 25 at the moment in supplies. There's another container that I did not empty, and it is this one right here. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go, go, go. Back of the ride. Check the map. We need to head north and then back to base. And we can take a look at the skill system. I actually quite like the skill system. It's as you use the skill, it goes up. So it's not like an XP system or anything like that. As you use the skill, it'll go up. You'll max it out. Missed him, yeah. The doors take less damage than the vehicle if you hit them with just the door. And this is actually an upgrade kit for the standard Jeep, so it can take a bit more damage, and it has a ton of fuel supply in the back, as you can tell. All right, we're here. All the body parts hanging out. You can empty vehicles and your own inventory from the trunk if it's in this spot. So if I hit T on all this stuff, I can dump it all off. Hey, give me the rest of your junk. Thank you. Yeah. Go back into the trunk, T, transfer. And building materials have been deposited. That puts us at 19 food, 23 medical. Sweet. Let's head. This time the door didn't shut itself. Weird. Normally it does. Chat always gets on to me when I'm streaming. So now that we're in base, let's take a look at characters and progression. So if I hit I for inventory, we switch over to the character. We're on Kalina. Everybody's got 4 skills and then a 5th specialty skill. Now, not every character has a 5th skill. You can train them by finding a book or having a building like the garden back there that will train them in the thing that they're good at. If they max out their stars on one of the white skills, they'll get to specialize in a secondary skill. It's a branch. This character has taken stealth, and I think it was like stealth or endurance or something like that. This used to be wits. When wits maxed out, I said, okay, you're going to be really good at stealth. You're going to search faster. You're going to be quieter. You can sprint while crouched. Wait, you can sprint while crouched? Have I not tried that? Oh, crap. Look at that. She can sprint while crouched. That's cool. No other character can do that because I don't think I've taken the stealth upgrade on anyone else. Oh, I have. My ninja dude is running around here somewhere. Anywho, that's how the skill system works. The last one, these are going to be your super special skills. So these are the ones that are going to unlock buildings and let you do other crazy things. We've got a mechanic on hand. If I go under the base menu and I go under community, you can see all my members and we can see their details, like Rhodey with his derpy hat that I gave him. He's a mechanic. He's already specialized. He's the reason that we have that upgraded Jeep out there, only because we recruited him. And that was a hard choice to make. I actually wasn't going to recruit a mechanic until we had an unfortunate zombie incident with my doctor. Gotta get to the car. There might be something left in it. Come on. Start up, start up, start up. It's running. There it goes. Shit. Salazar died. Oh no, was that a sprinter? My car seems to be mildly on fire, and I have a half hour to get back. Is it gonna blow up?
Almost out of that.
Damn it. Last bandage. But we don't talk about that anymore. It's fine. That's fine. He didn't make it. So we lost our doctor, but we gained an auto mechanic. Every person you bring onto the base is going to eat your resources. They're going to eat your food. So you got to make that balance, that choice. How do you want to play it out? Jason's the ninja dude that I was talking about with the crazy sword that I gave him. And he's been super useful. And he's taken up the doctor skill, medicine. He's slowly building that up. He's also got shooting. Here we go. So he's maxed out his shooting on our last operation. Let's go specialized. You can go gunslinger or weapon handling. And I've noticed the specializations aren't always the same. Every character might have 2 different specializations. So he's got, let's see, gunslinger, faster reloads, aim snap, ability unlocked, or weapon handling. I'm gonna go gunslinger, specialized. That sounds amazing. Sadly, it doesn't tell you what they do until you choose it. 75% reload speed, that's awesome. Firearm sway, -25, firearm recoil, okay. All right, he's got some cool skills. I do need to get his cardio the rest of the way up. He needs to sprint some more. He needs to run around a bit more. As you're using these characters, though, they're going to get tired, they're going to get exhausted, and they're going to get wounded. If we go back into that menu, community, notice, like, all right, he's got some negative effects, so I put over his health. He's got missing chunks of flesh because he took a lot of damage in the last hit. He ended up inhaling some gas because we ran over a bloater, and it exploded on our vehicle, and he breathed in a bunch, so his stamina has been cut by 35. That's a huge amount when you've only got 100. And it's also, hurting his morale. Luckily, they've gotten over the loss of one of their long-term companions. That was really killing our morale for a while. You lose someone and they all feel the strain. And that can hurt your supplies. People will start stealing stuff. People will start arguing. You got to keep that morale up. That's why we had the coffee place for a while, because the coffee gave us +2 to morale per day, which was really nice. So to get rid of this stuff, I could send him into the med center and use up some medical supplies. Actually, let me go ahead and take control of him. We'll do just that. He's got a G36 on his back. No, he's rocking the shotgun. Oops, can't jump over that. Let's go over. Heal him up and get rid of those wounds. Those are never going to go away unless we do this. Go ahead and emergency medicine. Does not remove the blood plague, but it will remove all the issues that he's got. His medicine just went up. And now if we go under community, the only thing he's got to worry about now, he's got a little bit of blood plague going on. We go back under here. We click on the blood plague icon. He's the only one that has even a little bit of blood plague. Basically, if you get bit by those red-eyed zombies, you're going to start catching the plague. The only way to get rid of it is either to treat it before you're actually infected, like properly infected. If you get infected, you're on a time limit before you become one of those zombies, and you have to have a cure. Killing those zombies there's like a 1 in something chance. It depends on what difficulty you're playing on. I'm playing on Dread difficulty, so it's a little bit harder to get the samples. You get about 5 of them in my game with my difficulty, and you can make a cure and then inject him with it. That's what I almost lost. Who was it? I think it was Fletcher. We almost lost Fletcher because he came back infected, and he was down to like a minute and a half before he turned into a zombie. Luckily, I had the cure on hand, and if you start treating them, it puts a pause on the infection's like rate. So, kind of cool, kind of fun. Overall, the game's got some interesting systems and a weird balance to it, and I love the fact that New Game Plus is literally just pack your shit and leave and go to the next region. I find that really cool. Fighting the Plague Hearts, which we might be able to try it. Let's give it a go. Let's go take a look at a Plague Heart, because that's kind of a major part of the game. I'm sure this will be fine. This is never... bloater glass grenade's not going to do anything against them. What we do need is Molotov cocktails. Maybe take a mine with us? Those are military grade mines. A lot of decoys, not a lot of... See, I just took out one recently, so I don't have a lot of explosives. All right. Let's go take a look at one of them real quick. Because this is the main progress of the game.
Got your first house. I sure do. Man, the day I got those keys, I was finally
This is a whole region that I haven't actually looted yet. I just took out one of the blood plague hearts here, so now we can loot it properly without dealing with the red infected, which are gonna be everywhere once we get into the territory of the blood. Those guys right there.
blood soup.
There it is, blood soup. We're in the infected territory. So everything is a lot more hostile. We can get infected fairly easily here if they start ganging up on us. We can't claim any of the territory. You can still come in here and you can loot, and I was doing it before.
Looks like we got trouble.
Oh, it's in the outside. Well, if we're gonna do this, we gotta make it quick. And this vehicle's making a ton of noise.
Okay, time for a close encounter.
Where is it? There it is, there it is. It's like inside here. All right, so the Molotov first. Flaming it up. Putting shotgun rounds into it. Whoa, there's one behind me. Oh! It's one of the little sprinter dudes. Those are probably the most lethal things in the game because they're fast, hard to kill, and they can stun you. Oh, hit him, hit him, hit him! Bandaging.
There's the sound of my last shot.
Oh, he's still alive! And I'm getting wounded up. I set a mine, run! We'll lead him back towards the mine. We desperately need to kill this thing. My ally is dying. Another mine's on the ground. You alive? Oh, the mine actually worked. The mine actually worked. We gotta kill this thing quick.
Gotta be a better way to do this.
It probably is, but I didn't bring the supplies with me. Bandaging right now. The second mine just went off. There's another sprinter. All right, we gotta get out of here. We don't have the supplies. This is why you need explosives. You need to come armed up. And that's kind of how the... Oh, balls. All right, then you want to go for a ride, buddy? Let's go for a ride. Where is he? Get in the ride, get in the ride, get in the ride! He's in, we gotta go! So to take those things out, you've gotta have the right, gear and equipment and supplies, and since you're constantly struggling to find and or make those, and some of them you can't make unless you have certain buildings, like explosives. I made the choice of what buildings that I wanted to make and what characters I wanted to take, so I don't have a chemist to make the explosives necessary to take those things down. So I'm relying on looting and finding them and getting people's skills up to the point where I can actually get it. We barely made it out alive, now we gotta go home and lick our wounds. We had already taken out 2 of those things recently, so I tapped my entire explosive supply. But I definitely wanted to show y'all what those are like. You can understand how I lost a member, especially to those sprinters. Those things are nasty. And we just got another mission. I think I might have passed the turn. Oh, like well past it. Well past it. Boop. But if you're looking for a cooperative zombie game with kind of a really focus on having inventory management, supply management, and the style of this one interests you, I'd say wait till it's on sale before you pick it up, but it's definitely worth a play. I'm having quite a lot of fun with it, even with all of its quirks. Hit him, hit him, hit him. Yeah, there you go. Nailed it. Little off-road here. It's a Jeep, it'll be fine. Gonna have to do some repairs when we get back. But if you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more sci-fi gaming sandboxy goodness, and as always, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Later, everybody.